all across this country this morning. And then during the day, there was the anguish and the anger on the talk radio stations here and all across the land, people fuming at the deed done by these people, killing men, women, and children, demolishing a federal building, sending hundreds to the hospital. And you could hear people saying to talk radio show hosts, that something has to be done. Maybe we have to close the borders. Maybe we have to stop selling dynamite. Maybe we have to stop selling munitions in this country. And yet nobody offering a suggestion of what really can be done to prevent this from happening again. And then, of course, all night last night and all day again today and into this morning, the desperate waiting game continues as crews of rescue workers go through this rubble and the rest of this building, trying to find people who are still living, hoping against hope that there might be tens, perhaps more than tens of people who are still living in the rubble, who are silent now because they are nearing the point of exhaustion, having lived in confined quarters under terrible circumstances for more than 24 hours. And what really comes out during events like this, at least in my view, is the genuine goodness of people who live in these communities. I'm reminded of the time that the United Airlines DC-10 crash-landed at Wichita Falls some years ago, and how that entire community, its emergency services, its police department, the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, everybody pitched together to try and ease the pain of those people who were severely injured in that plane crash landing. And we could see and hear the same thing happening all night last night and throughout the day in Oklahoma City. I talked to a fellow on radio after we finished here last night, and he told the story of hearing on a local radio station in Oklahoma City a call for 200 hard hats at the bomb scene, and within 10 minutes there were 400 hard hats at the bomb scene and not a bill for them. And the other thing that came through last night on radio was the fact that the president of the Radio and Television News Directors of America had offered his congratulations and support for all of the local news people who work at radio and television stations and at newspapers in Oklahoma City. So often these days we hear the knock on local television news, that it's tawdry, that it's tacky, that it's seamy, that it's sleazy. And in some cases it is, and in some cases the criticism is deserved. When you look at the work done by the local news people on radio and television and in the newspapers in Oklahoma City, the coverage offered by local stations carried by CBS, NBC, CNN, and ABC all day yesterday proves that these people, when an occasion such as this presents itself, they rise to the occasion, and with cool heads and quiet nerves, they present essential information in a time of great doubt and great need. And finally, I was inspired today by my friend and colleague Dennis Prager, who labors on ABC Talk Radio here in Los Angeles every day from noon till 3. At the end of this program, this kind and gentle man urging all who could hear his voice to pray for strength for those who have survived and those who have survivors now in hospitals in great pain to have the strength to carry through in this terrible time. So tonight we'll give you once again an overview of the events of the past 24 hours and what is happening now in Oklahoma City. I invite you to stay tuned and watch America move forward after these messages.